Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Christian Rodriguez, and I'm gonna make it a bit of a brief video, but I kind of wanted to do an intro with n8n, and this is for new guys that just want to start learning the platform and they want to get better at it. What I recommend. So I'm just gonna go by each of the stuff, just the basics, right? You're gonna want to get each node, right? You're gonna want to go to get some sort of trigger to start off the workflow. So usually for the sake of this example, I'm going to start off with this, which is a some sort of manual trigger, right? This doesn't really do much, but it just starts off the workflow once we start attaching things to it, right? Something that occasionally you would do. Maybe you're working with a client. Maybe even just for yourself. You grab this sticky note. You can type you can type directions, maybe step one, maybe you you lower this, you put it here. You could zoom in, you can zoom out. You can also control with your keypad. Wait, what are you doing? Yeah, so you could zoom in and zoom out from this little map thingy over here. There's a bunch of other cool stuff, but I'm gonna get into a little bit of the nodes, the apps. So what I like using, something that I really love to use, I've made AI agents. You can connect to different platforms. You could connect to all types of platform. OpenAI is a common one. You could connect with OpenAI, which is like where ChatGPT is from. You could connect to a spreadsheet. What's going on? Okay, cool. So you could connect to a spreadsheet, right? Type spreadsheet. I mean Google Sheets. Sorry. Connect to Google Sheets and use any of these. You could add these to a document. You could use it as data, as one of the previous videos I had in the past. You could use it as saved data. So maybe you have some sort of AI agent and it has some sort of frame of reference because you have a list of, maybe you have a list of contacts, right? And you could ask your agent, do you know Christian Rodriguez's email? And it's going to tell you the email, and then you can ask it, oh, can you send it an email for a birth for a birthday party on Saturday, and then it responds with the email. You could do any of that cool stuff. But let's go on to the next one. Let's see. All right, we could start off with OpenAI, since I already talked about it. It's probably easier that way. Yeah, we could do message model, right? There's different things you can do to it. You have to apply the credentials. I'm not gonna show you in this video, but there's gonna be another video. I'm gonna do a live build with you guys. and I'll show you guys. I'll create the credentials with you. I'll show you each of the steps. You can connect, but I already have my account connected. But I'll show you guys that. You could select the model. For some reason, it's loading slow, so I'll just. Yep, I knew that was going to happen. But yeah, so say for messaging a model, I usually just pick 5.0, which is like the latest one, and you can just go down if you have to. But I'll start off with the highest one and then go down, right? And you could set it up some sort of prompt, right? And the prompt you have to be very specific with it. So you could be like, you are an intelligent assistant who will provide emails for provide emails to leads. For now, I'm just going to say to leads. What's going on? Awesome, guys. So, yeah, we go down here. I like picking 5.0. And if I have to work down from there, I work down from there. I'm not going to get to JSON yet. And then you execute step. So you see it's turning. You can execute it from here. You can execute it from there or there. Something I really like doing sometimes is maybe if you don't want to keep running or you don't want to keep um, running something brand new, maybe you already have data. I like to pin it. For some reason, let me, okay, cool. It went through. So now we have some data. We have some stuff going on right here. But as I was saying, don't be too intimidated by this, by the way. It's really not as bad as you think. You can use it in JSON. You could also use it in schema. Schema is like the cleanest looking one. I like schema better, but they're all basically the same thing. And the table's okay, but I prefer schema. But what was I going to say? You can so what was I saying was you can. So now we have data here, right? Maybe you don't want to get new data. Maybe you want to keep testing it without having to get new data all over again. You pin it. So you see the blue pin. So now the data that we have in here stays in there. And once we add more attachments to it, it uses this data for the new attachments, which is very useful in projects. But for tools, right? For tools, you can definitely. Oh wait, right now we're not going to do an HTTP request. Okay, so for tools, there's so many different things you can use, right? You can use Airtable. I love using Airtable. There's so many different tools. I guess for this sake, let's use Google Calendar. So we can connect Google Calendar to this event. Create. I already have my email connected, so we have it here. Start now. Let's execute and see what happens. Also, you want to make sure you hit save, because if you don't, it's not going to save it. It doesn't save automatically. But guys, this is what I mentioned. You see, look, you have this thing right here. Maybe it's a little messed up. You want to tidy it up. and you just click that, the broom, to fix it. Now there's a way of doing it on the keyboard, I just don't remember. So, but yeah, it's right here, if you guys are wondering. That's weird. But yeah, it went through. So I'm in Chicago, so time zone, central time zone. The calendar events, cool. We can add more tools to it. I'm just doing a very basic overview of it, and even then, you can add what would I add here? Maybe a Gmail. Maybe you could do a Gmail send a message, or let's see. Yeah, there's many cool stuff you can add to this. We could even add like a Google Sheets, right? So maybe I'll pull up a Google Sheets. Oh, that's an old sheet. Um, we'll do like a basic workflow. I created contacts. So maybe we could use we don't need to update rows. Yeah, we could book an appointment. We could connect a Google Sheets doc, connect something from Airtable. We could also connect this to Telegram, which is what I love doing. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna keep it super short for you guys. Um, and then next video, I'll create something just super basic with you guys, so you guys can follow. But thank you guys so much, and take care.